Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trading Analysis with a quick market update for today, Wednesday, 18th of October. Today, we don't have too much economic data. The 30-year mortgage rate continues high up until almost 8%, 7.7%, and 0.1% higher than the previous one. And obviously, mortgage applications continue to tank, minus 6.9. This is the outcome. This is what Feds want. Basically, higher rates for people, for sectors, for families to feel the pain in certain parts of the economy, like mortgages, like loans, and consumer spending. What else? Building permits. Preliminary 1.4%, 1.4 million, almost as expected. That's really decent. And month over month continue in the negative. Building permits mean housing starts and less than the previous one. Housing starts and month over month, a little bit of uptick from the minus 12 previous one to 7%. If we check, we are still flip-flopping between positive and negative. But what is true is that I would like to talk about something that maybe you have seen in the crude oil price, but look at this. Crude oil at 10:30 reported stock change inventory, and basically look at this, minus 4 million barrel draw. We were expecting almost nothing, minus 0.3. So a big draw from the reserves means less offer and less production, so higher price. Gasoline almost the same, minus 2 million. We were expecting minus 1 million. So big draws, big negative numbers in both crude and gasoline. And that spiked the crude oil price, spiked the dollar, and put a lot of pressure to the downside on stocks. We are going to see that because this is inflationary. Before moving into the charts, remember that I was talking about December and January as the 2 months that are starting to show signs of increasing higher rate probabilities. We were at 27 a couple of days ago, and now we are at 40 plus. So be really careful because perhaps we are going to see a hike towards 550, 575. Take a look at this. Check that every day because this impacts a lot to this overall sentiment on equities. So now we are moving into earnings. Today it's a big day for Morgan Stanley and Tesla and Netflix after the close. So basically today we got Morgan Stanley, and until the close we need to wait for Tesla and Netflix. This will greatly impact the volatility on the market after hours and also tomorrow. So be really careful if you are trading to the afternoon, maybe some leaks, or just be sure that the implied volatility on options is gonna crash, and basically price is going to be quite volatile today until the earnings. But for Morgan Stanley, well, disappointment, 8% in the red. And it's not due to the earnings, EPS, or revenue. It's because the bank's wealth management division generated 6.4 billion, below the estimates by more than 200 million. That's what caused the market to, at least that stock, to really sell off. So we have Morgan Stanley. Look at this huge day in the red. Big volume, 16 million shares traded. And let me tell you, this is just red. A little bit of bounce right now, but red. Let's see what happens with Netflix and Tesla. But for now, the Nasdaq is really really putting big rejections to the upside. We started today undervalue. This was all the levels, pre-market high, close, and settlement, and we were right below a lot of the time. We open, we try to accumulate here Biden's speech in Israel, and then the sell-off at 10:30 after the crude oil spike. So we can certainly have a correlation there. Crude oil was really trying to push higher. It did. Look at this candle. But I think crude oil is right now being held down. There's a lot of pressure on the inflation. There's a lot of manipulation due to some big participants, some markets, the Middle East war, Russia, Saudi Arabia. I mean, there's a lot of volatility, a lot of uncertainty, and this market is just crazy. And the outcome, every move is being focused for inflation. So look at this price action is being just stopped. There's like a big pressure down here. So the Nasdaq is really falling down. We got the flash on crude oil and inflationary pressure, and until then I have charted this ascending trend line because it's really important to really capture this breakdown. I want to see how we break this. We are still in a descending trend channel basically, and we are wedging. And who knows, we tried to go higher, but we couldn't. It was quite clear during pre-market, early in the night. London Open couldn't even hold. This was the London Open. This was a big resistance level. Pre-market high was up here, very weak all the overnight. And then we try to accumulate for a move higher and quick rejection. So there's a clear pattern of rejection and downward pressure. And we are just there. We are trying to break down this descending trend line on the 1 hour chart. And we have, fundamentally, we have a lot of pressure to the downside. We have crude oil spiking, we have uncertainty in Israel, Hamas war, we have Russia-Ukraine war, don't forget about that. We have banks all in the red. We have dollar and yields spiking up. Look at that. This is the dollar. This is the 2-year yield, the 10-year yield. Let's check the daily. These are crazy moves. These are crazy moves in yields. Treasuries continue drawing down. I think this was a nice move, but look at where are we right now, making new lows. So we are not out of the woods by far. We have to wait to see the close, or at least this week is going to resolve if we have this higher low that I'm watching around here for a retest of the trend line and breakout. But I think this is not going to happen. But my opinion is not what market wants to do sometimes. That's why you have to find correlations. And right now, the dollar, yields, crude oil just are not there supporting a move up on the equities and stocks. And Tesla minus 3.87. There's nothing I like from Tesla. So, and today's earnings, maybe some leak for bad earnings, and now we are seeing downward selling off. So Nvidia also, bad news for Nvidia because the US administration is going to continue banning chips exports. And yesterday we got a little bit of relief, but since then we've been going lower and lower and lower and lower. And right now we are at a critical level, absorbing a lot of downside. There's still potential to the downside. We got plenty of room towards this gap and then for the big gap on earnings. But Nvidia is not helping Nasdaq, not helping S&Ps, and not helping the Russell with all the banks' weakness. I mean, there's nothing for longs right now. We have been chopping around, we have been volatile, making nasty rejections. I mean, there's no way I'm going to participate today. I don't want to participate long. I'm waiting for my opportunity and clear correlations in other markets. Until then, I'm going to sit tight, be disciplined, and just be patient. That's what I recommend always. So that's all from my side. As always, if you found this video useful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel because I upload videos like this one every single day for market updates, market recaps, and market forecasts. So thank you for your time. Remember what I said, mention discipline and risk management are key for your success. Don't trade this market. This is choppiness. We need clear direction and also other markets to support, excuse me, and move higher on the equities. And right now, I don't see that. So stay safe, everyone, and let's see tomorrow.